I'm filming today. Yay. So, I wanted to do a discussion video inspired by a recent comment on one of my videos. You've heard me mention a couple times when books are written in a journal or letter-based format. It bugs me if those journals or letters don't read as real journals or letters. The comment I received was when I was talking about Dracula, and it basically said it's called fiction. Vampires aren't real either. And I have a lot of problems with that line of thinking. You can go and find that comment and see my reply, but basically what it comes down to is that there's a difference between realism and realistic. The way that I'm thinking about it, realism is when a book is set in this world and there's nothing supernatural or sci-fi or fantasy magical about it at all. Realistic is the manner in which something happens, not the actual thing that is happening. When something unreal happens in a realistic way, that is good writing. The writing has made it into truth. It's a fictional truth, but it's still a sort of truth. You all know that I have no problem with fantasy and dystopia or sci-fi or anything like that. I love reading books that have those kinds of worlds that I can just escape to. But if something about the writing reminds me that I'm reading a story and it doesn't feel like it's actually happening, I have the right to not like that. In the case of Dracula, Bram Stoker specifically chose to write that book only in letters and journals and newspaper clippings and that sort of thing. But then he didn't acknowledge the limitations of those formats. And I think that's a total cop-out. It's so much more interesting when someone chooses a challenging writing format like that and totally conquers it. I feel like that commenter's line of reasoning would also logically mean that you can say, well, this book contains things that are not real and it's written poorly, but I have to like it because nothing is real about it, which is obviously nonsense. I can kind of see where the commenter is coming from. I don't think anyone would want to read my journal because it's pretty boring. I write about things just kind of straightforward and briefly, and I'm not really much of a storyteller. I don't really elaborate things when I write for my own sake. So obviously there's going to be a bit of leniency that I'm willing to give a book, but Dracula was unrealistic to the extreme. So what I want to know from you guys is, what are some journal or epistolary books that are honest to the format, or other books that take on odd writing formats that you have really enjoyed? So that's all for this video, and I'll see you down in comments. Bye!